Think of Indian food, Chinese food, Japanese food. It's exactly not like those. Unlike Japanese food, it's not small and expensive, it's big and cheap. Unlike Indian food, it has no spices. Herbs or whatever, they'll use a lot of them. For example, dill or poppy seeds. Think, oh, okay, a little dill. No, they put a ton of dill. Or you think, oh, poppy seeds, I like poppy seeds, and they put like 4 cups of poppy seeds, or maybe an entire poppy seed cake, kind of like we'd have pecan pie. I think you might even call it like a poppy seed pie. The diet seems to have much less sugar than in the U.S. In fact, I was kind of shocked when I came back. My body was shocked. Just like, I can't believe how much sugar you guys eat. But they probably eat more fat in general, which may not make sense until you're out there in the cold, and then you'll understand why they why they put dollops of sour cream on everything. So like a traditional Lithuanian meal for dinner might just be meat and potatoes. That would be like sausage or even hare and potatoes. We didn't know what that meat was until after the meal. That was kind of funny. A lunch or something or breakfast for them might include rye bread with butter or sour cream or sausage or a bell pepper or something. Food things that might be foreign or strange. Rye bread. It's a very dark, dense bread. I can't find it here in America. They also like making gira, which is a non-alcoholic bread version of that. It's kind of like a liquid rye bread. I think that was the only things I didn't really like. They also like kefiras or kefir, I don't know how to say it in English, which is a bacterian yeast introduced to milk. Kind of makes it thick. Not always the most appetizing thing, but it really kind of makes your insides feel nice and settled. And in the summer, they have cold borscht soup, which is that first thing, kefiras with beets, pickled beets, and together they're pretty good. And with lots of dill, you can't forget that. And it's really good, but it looks really strange. It's bright pink, kind of like Pepto-Bismol.
It's the first dish everyone has to talk about. It's called Cepaline, what they consider their national dish. It's made from potato, and more potato. Potato starch is like used to encase potato, make it really sticky, and so you get this like zeppelin looking, that's what Cepaline means, little zeppelins. You get this little zeppelin looking shape, and in the very middle of that sticky ball of potato you have a little piece of meat in there that's usually spiced somehow, and that's boiled. Some people love it, some people hate it. One dish I do really like though is called balendele, which means little doves. Yes, they like their diminutive forms. It's a small ball of meat, usually with rice. Often it's pork, and they mix it with rice, ground pork and rice. Make a little ball with it. You wrap that in cabbage, a cabbage leaf or 2, and then you boil that in beef stock and tomato sauce. Sometimes you bake it after that too. It's scrumptious. I love it. Another dish I really don't care for though is it's called head cheese in America. Basically, traditionally what you do is you take a pig head and you boil it until the meat is just like falling off the bone, and the bone becomes gelatin. It turns into jello essentially. So once you cool that, and sometimes they add in like vegetables or whatever, what you get is this casserole looking thing that's just jello made out of bone and meat and some vegetables in there. It tastes about like I would expect eating straight lard to taste like. I really, really cannot stomach that stuff.